We all went through those few years of awkward interactions with peers, faces full of acne, and weird changes with our bodies. That's right, you guessed it. Nah, I'm not talking about elementary school, not high school, but I am talking about middle school. Whether you went through 2 years of junior high or 3 years of middle school, the experience is very similar, whatever you call it. In 1888, the president of Harvard University realized that primary and secondary schooling needed to be reorganized. He then made a committee to accomplish this task, and they reorganized schools so that elementary was grades 1 through 6 and secondary was 7 through 12. In 1909, the first junior high school was created. One half of the United States adolescents were juggling junior high school catered to grades 7 through 9 in the 1940s. By 1960, four-fifths of adolescents attended a junior high school between elementary and regular high school. At this time, there were over 7,000 junior high schools in the United States. From 1965 to 2000, there has been a rapid change from 6th through 8th grade middle schools being a less popular option than 7th through 9th grade junior high schools, which were a more popular option. The percentages flipped around in 2000, and 6th through 8th grade middle schools grew rapidly, from 1,434 in 1971 to 9,750 in 2000. Junior high schools were criticized for copying the grading systems, large class sizes, and impersonalization of senior high schools. Because of this, 50 years later, educators demanded a new system. In 1966, a school district superintendent promoted 6th through 8th grade middle schools. By 1973, the National Middle School Association became a driving force in the creation of middle schools. Middle schools and junior high schools had a comparative study done in 1991, which had results that revealed that the actual practices were very similar. The main qualities of junior high school include emphasis on knowledge, treating learners as adolescents. The focus is learning a body of knowledge, and the emphasis was on competition between learners and mastery of content. It was teacher-centered and group-paced. Middle school emphasizes a positive self-concept, considers the uniqueness of each student, and focuses in on how to learn a body of knowledge. Another emphasis is on exploration of content and creativity rather than mastery, involving a flexible and variable environment with individualized focus. In the 1980s, the debates about middle school versus junior high school stopped being debates and turned into an agreement that adjustments needed to be made. Even with the separation of middle level education from elementary and senior educations, the schooling was failing to meet the needs of the students. Middle level education succeeded in social aspects such as it being a warm and happy place that you still had somewhat of a personal relationship with your teacher, but that has proven not to be as educationally successful. The transition from elementary to middle school can be kind of hard. Life in elementary school consists of having the same teacher teaching you all subjects for 1 year straight. You build a relationship with that teacher and hold them up on pedestals, as an example. Then you will transfer to middle school. You have more than one teacher, all teaching their own subject. In middle school, more homework is assigned, and you get various quizzes and tests happening simultaneously. These things were more coordinated in elementary school due to one teacher assigning everything. Plus, in middle school, you struggle more to build that relationship with an individual teacher due to the plethora you now have. Another big change students face is that change in expectations and teacher grading. Teachers in elementary work with a far younger group than those in middle school, so when grading these students, these elementary teachers are far less strict than their middle school counterparts. On the same note, when grading, the Journal of Education Research found that elementary school teachers focused more and more on student ability, improvement, and overall character rather than the grades, while on the other hand, the middle school teachers focused almost entirely on the grades and the schoolwork put forth. This could be due to many things, maybe the relationships that are built between elementary teachers and their students due to an extended amount of time together. Or it could be due to the fact that students are working their way closer to a standardized educational world that is becoming more and more influential in middle schools and high schools. In addition, students reported that their middle level teachers were impersonal and did not seem to care about the students. Some issues that students are facing today are the backgrounds they come from when transitioning from middle school to high school. There are two common ways children can work their way into high school, either a K-8 school or moving from elementary to middle school to high school. A study in the Journal of Research of Adolescence shows that middle school attendees compared to K-8 attendees have more negative performance. K through 8 schools emphasize less of the ability to transition in life and more on academic performance of the individual. I'm not saying that the ability to transition is not important, but it does not seem to be the central point of going to school. Not only do students seem to struggle with these transitions, but it also evokes some reactions from the parents. Students worry about common social issues more so than academic concerns when transitioning from middle to high school. While they worry about who is dating who, their parents worry more about academic and time-consuming issues that normally come with transitions from middle school to high school. A study showed that children were more concerned than their parents with the transition from middle to high school. On the other hand, parents almost entirely rated everything as negative, showing that instead of looking forward, they were more worried than their children. Overall, showing that parents sometimes tend to care more about their children's education than their children do. We hope you've enjoyed learning about middle school education because we sure did. Whether you went to 3 years of middle school or 2 years of junior high school, you probably had some awkward experiences. Either way, we're sure glad we're done with that stage of life.